Hello, everyone. Welcome to Charmed Hard with a Vengeance, Christmas edition.
Whoa, this was a real holiday ass kicking.
I don't know about you, Phelan. I am feeling in the Christmas spirit after watching this one. Season 1, Episode 9, Jingle Hell.
It was next level extra.
This was the mid-season finale, and boy, did they leave us on some cliffhangers. It sure felt like they were pulling all the punches here.
Anti-feminism words, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria!
It was Spectre Spectacular. What is the subtitle?
The supernatural spectacular. That's what you're thinking of.
Right. Yeah. Which no one would use to describe Charmed at this stage, but...
Nope.
Okay, short summary of Jingle Hell. Christmas is going on. It's Distractions the episode.
Jingle Hell is other people, Archie.
Put that on a Hot Topic t-shirt. Just stay tuned for Riverdale, the podcast. They're trying to have a Christmas party, and various things happen to go awry.
Wacky shenanigans. This ridiculous party at the Charmed Ones.
I kind of loved this episode, Phelan. I did. I had a good time watching it.
It was hilariously dumb.
It was super funny. I can't say I wasn't entertained through a lot of this. Like, I had a good time.
I like that, their party, the guest list is Galvin and Parker, and they didn't think Galvin was coming, so it was going to be Parker.
They wanted their dad to come, but I think it was just Maggie.
Oh, yeah, and their dad.
I think Maggie thought that was going to happen, but it didn't.
Right, yeah, Maggie wanted him to come. No, I guess Macy doesn't care, and Mel didn't want him to come.
You're forgetting to talk about the great payoff to Galvin getting hit by a car, Phelan.
So Galvin's mildly hurt his leg. What? Is that really the whole, you run him over like it's a big deal at the end of the episode and then you just wipe it away with some dialogue?
That's it. That's the payoff in, a line, no big deal. They don't even show, her getting the call or, go visit him at the hospital or, guys, I gotta go. Galvin's in trouble. Nothing. Just, they found they're looking for the guy who hit him with the car, and he broke his leg, but he's doing okay.
Yeah.
This might be Galvin's best episode, though.
Yeah. What the hell?
That was the best. What the hell?
Galvin passes out on the toilet at one point. He goes to the bathroom, they have a big battle, and they go, Galvin didn't hear because he's passed out from drinking. They're what, on the toilet? So he drank so much he went into the bathroom and then passed out on the toilet. What?
I thought it was going to be Hunter pretending to be him when he asks Parker to help him go to the bathroom because apparently breaking your leg makes you unable to piss by yourself.
Yeah, Galvin doesn't even know Parker. What? Yeah. Are we close enough for this? What?
I feel like this is their first interaction ever. It's just, hey, bud, can you help me go take a piss?
Yeah, what?
And then it was real, and apparently Parker just, he helped him in there, and he passed out on the toilet, and he just left him. He's good in here. Yeah. Pants down.
I guess he's taking a crap, and he's just... how much was he drinking? He must have been, throwing them back. I know Mel at the end's we're all out of the drink, and it's just because Galvin was just chugging them.
Maybe when he got the Mark cure or whatever that they slipped him, it was extra alcoholic. It was Mark cure PM.
Mark cure.
They got some great slapstick humor with him, too. Like, he's trying to kiss Macy, and then he falls over on his crutches.
What a dummy. They're at the beginning of this, they're talking, though, about, like, Mel joining the terrorist crow women group.
Yeah.
And, like, she uses the word hysterical at one point, and, like, Harry's all like, don't use that anti-feminism word, or something like this.
Or he said to use that anti-feminist term or word.
Yeah, do you need to use that, or something? It's like, this context is not anti-feminism at all, and, like, it's just... I like that they point out something like that, while... she's talking about, like, this really important thing. Maggie is just going around with boxes. Like, she doesn't care. Like, it's not that big a deal. Like, they aren't talking about her potentially getting killed by terrorists trying to infiltrate them. She's like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna just move boxes. Like, talk about, like, Phelan, the forest for the trees. Like,
Phelan, Christmas doesn't stop just because evil's afoot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, clearly that's more important.
They had a couple of them this episode where they, like, shoehorn in the feminist stuff, like, in not a context that it needs to be there. They had one that I think you missed where Maggie's looking at some Christmas figurines with Parker. I think it was with Parker, and she says, I know they're all white performing traditional gender roles, but they were my mom's and whatever. Traditional gender roles with the figurines? Why? Why?
Whiter figurines.
Yeah. Harry's super into them. You know what I love about these? They're so white.
Kill Whitey!
Everyone's got their own thing going on during this Christmas party that they're trying to hide from someone else, and they keep trying to, like, distract and then go do something. And Mel, in the middle of, like, their Christmas get-together, is gonna go join the Sarcana group.
Yeah, a quick jaunt over to there and join the terrorist group.
Like, real quick, distract everyone while I have a terrorist initiation. There was no other time to do this.
Yeah, like, how quick was that? Was it just like a 10-minute, like, hey, I'm just gonna go over there. It'll only be 10 minutes, go join this terrorist group and I'll be back, like, and no one's noticed, like, the party's still going. It's like, what?
This is the lamest party. It's just drinking on the couch.
Yeah.
Like, what?
With a guest list of 3, maybe 2, because they didn't think Galvin was coming.
You know what? This should have been called a Sarcana Carol. Because they're real Scrooges, right? On Christmas Eve, they're going to be having their initiation. Do they not have families to go to Christmas celebrations? They're real Scrooges.
Nah, they're busy.
It starts out with Mel waking up after they knocked her out and then going, does that mean you still want in?
Yeah, she's just like, no, you knocked me out. I think I'm good.
And then leave. All of them have heads made out of paper mache because they're knocked out super easy. Like, yeah. Macy gets knocked out by Hunter just...
Twice she gets knocked out in this episode.
Right.
Maybe everyone in the Crow group was, like, at a Christmas party and they all just kind of bowed out for 10 minutes. Like, oh, we gotta go initiate someone, so make an excuse for me at the party. It'll only be a 10-minute thing.
If we do it today, we get overtime for Christmas.
Just have to run over to the tattoo parlor and say, open the door in Spanish.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm a bit rusty on my Spanish, but my 2 years of high school Spanish tells me she is just saying open the secret door. So if you just say, like, in Spanish, a word or a phrase, that's a spell, apparently.
A lot of the time, I guess, that's what they do, isn't it? It's like, a lot of the time they use Latin, though, or something like that.
I mean, I think it's a nice thing that they're exploring multicultural magic in this. That's not something they got into in original Charmed that much, in that they have, like, Latin and Spanish. There's appears
Tartarus.
to be, like... Yeah. But I mean, like, you know, they have different kinds of magic for different cultures, and I think, like, that opens up the venue for other things instead of just, let's say, a rhyme in English.
Yeah.
It would just be nice if it wasn't just, say, Spanish. Like, something else to it.
What if there was just like an English spell like that doesn't rhyme? Like it's just like
open the secret door.
Yeah.
Open sesame. They give Mel the wrist tattoo as part of the initiation into the Sarcana group.
Yeah. Snap bracelet tattoo.
Yeah. Because the one thing you want for your secret organization is an easily identifiable mark. So everyone knows you're part of it. Giant, too. It is not a small tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and on a part that people will definitely see.
Yeah, so good. That's we're going to be seeing lots of long sleeves on Mel.
Yeah. Maybe if Macy joined, they wouldn't see it because her pants would be covering her wrists.
I put that into the fashion section. Oh man.
She's more pants than woman now. Twisted and evil.
Expected those to be like hiked up to her chin by the end of this. She thinks that Galvin's protection mark is keeping them apart.
Yeah, doesn't want them to be together.
Yeah.
Isn't that always the way? Busybody protection mark.
His grandmother was like, I don't approve of your girlfriend. So she's got to call Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo.
Mama Ross.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, yeah, that's the daddy.
Yeah, that's the daddy.
Yeah.
Might as well have. Can you imagine being that actress playing the Miss Cleo? And they're like, we need you for 2 seconds to be like, oh, yeah, that's what the mark is.
I'm seeing some forgetting possibly. And I'm seeing a new baby in the next 3 months.
Yeah, it really was just her walking down the street for 2 seconds on the phone.
I like seeing her in her festive winter gear, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Galvin and Macy and the lab, we had some stunning revelations with Parker and his family.
Oh, boy.
You forgot that was even in this, didn't you? The mom thing?
Yeah, sure did.
I forgot until I looked at the notes just now. That was how important it was.
Macy's new boss at the lab is Parker's mom.
They reveal it through just a throwaway line.
Yeah, they just it's the first thing she says. She's like, I'm helping you because I'm your mother.
Cool reveal there, guys.
Oh, thanks for telling me who you are, Mom. I am your son.
And your brother, Hunter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She reveals that she is helping trying to get the charmed DNA for a cure. Sounds so dumb, charmed DNA. They want the charmed DNA so that they can create a cure to get rid of his human half, which is what they're attempting to do now, which makes me question what happened to the Maggie blood test that they seem to have just forgotten. That could get it for them if they want it. And why did she ask Macy to not be working so late?
I don't think they thought that far ahead when she said that.
I don't think she had anything to do with this story until now. And she mentions magical gene therapy.
Yeah, Maggie lives a very charmed DNA life.
Charmed DNA.
They use charmed DNA.
Bingo. Dino DNA.
That's how you get a Charmasaur.
Welcome to Charmed Park.
Dum, dum.
Pants.
That was the funniest damn part when they're in the fight and she falls. We had the captions on for this.
Yeah.
And then in parentheses, over her giant pants. Pants.
Her pants were almost up to her breasts. Like, what?
I can get behind some high-waisted pants. I think that can be fashionable, but it reminded me, these ones reminded me of when I used to work at a movie theater. We had like formal uniforms we would have to wear, and it was like button-down white shirts. The managers would have vests. You'd have dress pants, and then cummerbunds and bow ties. And this made me think of that with like a giant cummerbund.
Yeah.
Not flattering.
Yeah. You know, when Hunter shape-shifted into Macy, like the first thing he should have said is like, what is with these pants?
The hell is women's fashion come to?
Yeah.
This is really what they wear?
Yeah, what?
I think he does make a comment about her heels, but then I'm like, he can magic up anything, right? Is it just part of him? Because he's not in the same clothes. He just morphs into it like Odo on Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
It's like the question, like, where does the costume end and him begin?
Yeah. It really left us hanging on that. Yeah, it's kind of weird, though.
Hunter, he reveals to Parker, and who knows if this is the truth or not. He could have been trying to manipulate him, but he says that part of the reason they're trying to get rid of his human half is so that they can make him the source of all evil. Mm-hmm.
He's like, we want to remind the audience that you're pretty much the Cole of this series.
But why? Why would him or his dad want him to do that? Why wouldn't they want to take that power? That would seem like a position that a demon would want.
He said it had to be a demon born of a human. For
did
whatever. He? Yeah, he did. He said that.
What? Why? What?
I don't know. It sounds like a stupid thing, but that's what he said. Like a ridiculous rule. But he's like, oh, be in the family, so it's all good. Even though I don't trust him. And I'm constantly like, oh, that stupid Parker.
Yeah, their relationship baffles me. Their whole family baffles me. Hunter, when he and Parker... They go to like a church in, was it Rome or?
Was it? I didn't even realize it's supposed to be somewhere far.
Yeah, they go to another country. I believe it was Rome, and it's where some like holy body is kept because there's an amulet that belonged to an archangel that is on this corpse. So they go to take it, and Hunter says, "We've come to relieve you of your bling." And relieve him of his bling they do.
I love that this guy, just starts chanting a spell, which I guess opens a portal to hell or Tartarus.
Yeah, that's the Tartarus spell that comes into play later.
I thought it was just so funny how he's just like, oh, no, you don't. And he just like starts laying down the spell immediately.
But yeah, that's a badass priest or pope or whoever he's supposed to be. I guess not a pope, but it would be funny if he was.
He was Frollo.
That seems like that was a big plot point. The Scythe of Tartarus being able to open that. But anyone could just take a staff and do that?
Yeah, I guess. It was weird.
They don't need their Sailor Moon wand for this? Mm-hmm. I guess there's many different ways to open a can of Tartarus. Yeah. Of tartar sauce. They steal this amulet so that they can steal the Charmed One's powers. It can suck powers out of witches, I guess. Also, it seems like demons celebrate Christmas?
Apparently, yeah.
They have like eggnog or something. He's like, oh, Merry Christmas, bro. What?
Yeah, the dad had one too. What was his name again?
Alistair.
Alistair, yeah. Kept thinking Crowley. I was like, that's the wrong one.
Come to betray the Charmed Ones.
Yeah. Yeah, Alistair and his eggnog. He's, oh, Christmas. I love you boys, except Hunter, you're my favorite, and I don't really love Parker. He's too human. But he needs to be part human to be the source because, I don't know, someone came up with it. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, because it seems like someone who is literally dying because of their existence is a good candidate for being the source of all evil. Mm-hmm. Like, how is this the rule? Like, the source of all evil has to be born of a demon and a witch if the very existence of one means it's gonna die.
Yeah. Stupid. So, like, they stole the magic necklace from the church, right? What did the mom do?
Oh, she was just giving exposition. She was just talking about how they could have a cure, but they need the Charmed One's DNA. She was just explaining it for the audience, basically.
Okay, so
whatever serum they're using now is not doing it. So, like, I think it's just supposed to be a Band-Aid, basically. So
she was just telling them to use the necklace?
I think she was just explaining it so the audience would know. Other than that, I don't think she was actually doing anything.
Right, silly. And she doesn't get along with Alistair or Hunter they drop, so it's like, is it just coincidence then? Like that Hunter killed the other one and she got this job?
No, I mean, I think her taking the job after they killed the boss was probably a plan as of this episode. I don't think it was planned by the writers, but I think, like, retroactively it could make sense that they would put someone in charge there to keep an eye on things.
I don't think she's supposed to be in league with them, though, from what they were saying. I think she's just trying to help Parker.
Could be. Maybe she's in a gray area. She isn't on any side.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she really is tough but fair for Macy. She's really a gal pal. Because they're women, not girls.
Mm-hmm. But, like, if that was, like, if they didn't set it up, that is quite the coincidence.
Yeah, it just seems like another last-minute change. If it was meant to be set up, I don't think they set it up very well.
No.
Because everything, again, is just very, like, breakneck speed.
Yeah, just drop it in.
Yeah, you were even saying that, like, this is very heavy on the Parker-Maggie stuff, and... Yeah. You know, it's good they're trying for something, but the fact that we're at this point right now, like,
yeah,
where they're like, you know, I would do anything for you, I love you, like you were saying, like, this is kind of quick, isn't it?
Yeah, we're how many episodes in now?
9.
Yeah, just 9 episodes in, and, like, it's already out there. Like, it gets revealed who exactly he is to Maggie in this episode. They're playing sappy music. He's like, I would never hurt you. I'll destroy that necklace that would have killed you. And they're playing it like it's all sad. And like, we're not there with you, show.
See, when they did the Cole storyline, there was more build-up than this. But also, like, he did a lot of shitty things before he realized he was in love with Phoebe. And he took a turn to the good side. Like, we haven't seen really a bad Parker side yet. He, like, stole some stuff. He might have... He injured hipster Torgo. But, I don't know. I guess that's the point. He's conflicted, but it's not... I don't know if I'm quite buying it.
Yeah. It's so silly. I would find it hard to believe... anyone who's actually really into the show would be like, yeah, I'm really there, like, really invested in this relationship already. 9 episodes in, and they weren't together for 9 episodes. They've been together for, like, what, 3?
Yeah, it hasn't been very long. And I think it's because they do so much of the story just in this one episode, because this is the first time they start to suspect him of something. Outside of when Maggie is like, oh, he was thinking something, and then, like, she thinks he's a junkie or something. But this is the first time the group is like, hey, maybe there's something up with Parker, because he gets hurt by Galvin's protection mark. So they start suspecting him, and they see the necklace is changing colors, and then they're fighting with Maggie about it, and she's like, I'm not so stupid that I wouldn't know my boyfriend's evil. And but this feels like this is like a season arc that they put into one episode, because, like, through the course of this, they suspect him, and then he's going to do something evil, but then he decides to turn back to the side of good, and then he's got to do the betrayal, and all of this stuff happens just within 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And a Christmas party. So...
and while Galvin is passed out on the toilet. What the hell?
Hunter knocks out Macy and takes her place. So there's, like, evil Macy going around, and I said, you know, I was curious how that actress would play evil. And I don't know, I thought it was believable enough. I didn't think she could pull it off, but I think it was all right. Like, I believed it was a different person pretending to be her.
Right, yeah.
Hunter as Macy tells Mel that Miss Cleo
Yeah.
said that the mark was malfunctioning, and so they cook up a drink that will take away the mark, and to test it out, Hunter Macy cuddles up to Galvin.
Right before that, like, Hunter Macy says to Mel, like, oh yeah, I'll go get with Galvin and he can stuff my stocking. Am I right?
Little stocking stuffing going on there. I like that he thought that's something that, like, you know, a 20, 30-something woman would say, like, little stocking stuffing, am I right? How bad is he at being a shapeshifter?
I know. Like, Mel mentions Miss Cleo, and instead of, like, feigning that he knows what she's talking about first, he just gives this look of, what? Who? Like, he he starts going along after that, but you don't put the face of, I don't know what you're talking about on first.
Yeah. I kind of like his disgust at everyone in that house. Like, ugh, I gotta deal with this bullshit.
This is the worst party ever.
That's it. Like, they just drink on the couch. They don't even touch the food. Yeah. At midnight, there is a feast worth of food untouched on the table. Who was that for? No one was eating any of it.
Yeah.
It's Christmas Eve.
Galvin's too busy drinking. Parker's too busy lying. Their dad's too busy not coming. I guess people are probably going to be like, oh, Harry's a guest too, so whatever. Maybe Harry's a guest. If he's not living there anymore, I don't know.
He might be, but it's still unclear. They still never really stated that they asked him to stay again. He's just around a lot, so maybe.
Yeah, question mark.
He probably made all that food.
Yeah, no, there's one part where, like, Macy's like, I'll pretend to help Maggie make food or whatever. And then Maggie's like, you could actually help me make food.
No, I don't think so. Mel has a line to Maggie in this, because another part of the story is that they think their dad is going to come. He's in Japan on business or something, and, like, he's never been around that much. And this is their first Christmas since their mom died. Mm-hmm. And Maggie's holding out hope that he's going to come, but he has this history of flaking out on them. And Mel says, you have such a good heart. It's literally your power. Was she Ma-T all of a sudden from Captain Planet?
She's going to turn some sheep around. Hurt!
I just don't want it to turn into stupid Phoebe. Love was your power all along. That's bullshit.
I hope their dad shows up, played by a different actor for his first appearance, and his last name is like their last name. And then he gets recast, and then he has a different last name, and their last name's their maiden name.
And then all of a sudden he's a good guy and he's not so flaky anymore.
Yeah, he's not as big a deadbeat anymore. He comes in and says, who brought back my wife? What?
Who brought my wife back from the dead? Shut up, you penis haver.
He's hysterical! Kill him!
To use an anti-feminist word. Typical hysterical man.
I want to mention one thing too. When Hunter Macy got knocked back when he tries to enter the house, I thought it was the house's protection spell, because I don't know if I'm just imagining that they said there was a protection spell against demons on the house, but
there must be.
Yeah,
but how did Parker get in there? Because he's part human?
Yeah, I would think maybe that would let him in, possibly. But I thought that's what repelled him first, and that he was lying about it being the mark on Galvin being what did it, to throw them off and stuff. But no one turns the spell off on the house that we know of. You just have to assume that happened for some reason.
Yeah, that wasn't entirely clear why that happened, but apparently they disabled whatever it was.
Yeah, like she went in and put the magic security code on the spell.
Yeah. Here's where the episode just turns, to use an anti-feminist term, hysterical.
Mass hysteria!
So, Hunter Macy is discovered because the real Macy starts calling for Harry, and instead of doing anything smart, strategically, he just goes, "You're calling for me, but you're right here!"
Yeah. Smooth!
And then he gets blasted through a window. Hilarious. Him falling through the glass and stuff, and he just brushes this off. Like, he teleports over to help Macy, and I don't know if this is his light wider helping him out, but he does pretty well for someone who was just smashed through a window.
I like, too, that like he teleports in and is, like, coughing, injured. Macy gives him a look like, whoa, for a second, then she's like, little help? Like, you don't have any concern about what was going on with him? Like...
I guess she can assume there's a battle going on. I don't know.
Like, obviously he's there to help you, though. Like, maybe you could show some concern. Like, are you all right? No. A little help?
I think we found her Achilles heel. If she's tied up, she can't consult the science app to know what's going on.
I like that she gets untied and then, like, joins the battle and then gets knocked out immediately after.
Yeah, everyone sucks. How did it get this hard to take down Hunter, the most easily foiled villain? He shows up and, like, they don't even muss his hair. He's just blasting them all into the snow, shifting into everyone, doing things that we thought he might do before, but then didn't. Yeah.
They do the evil twin scene when he turns into Maggie. That two of them standing like, no, she's the evil one. No, she is.
The whole just confusing everyone by shape-shifting constantly. Like, he turns into Harry after Harry takes off, and they're immediately like, that's not Harry.
Yeah. So why are you being extra British right now?
Yeah, he was so bad at this. Blimey!
I am Harry! Oh.
I like how they discovered it wasn't Harry because of bad TV British writing. They have to use, like, every colloquialism to prove that they're British. Like, wait a minute.
Hey, ships! It's me, Harry!
Really pissing it down out there. Oh, Maria Wally. Completely pants, Macy.
Pants. This party is completely pants.
You know, that caption of Macy that says pants could also describe this episode, huh?
Yeah. Thinking when it came up is like very apt for various reasons.
That's a triple threat, that screen cap right there. So Mel ends up summoning the crows from the Sarcana to, like, seemingly kill Hunter after he's been betrayed by Parker. Like, Parker's like, I've turned to the side of good, because he's been feeling guilty this whole time, flip-flopping. But they do the old, like, trickeroony on us. He shows up again, and it's like, really? Yeah. Like, they start the wrap-up, you know, like, oh, it's almost Christmas, let's open some. And this is supposed to be, like, a, you know, shocking twist, but really it's like, are we doing this again? Like, Parker shows up, like, out of nowhere, like, haha, I'm back, and I've betrayed you again. Like, it's the same scene again.
Parker? I mean...
Yeah, Parker shows up to get Hunter, like, he betrays Hunter again, but he wasn't there before because, like, they're like, hey, you're a demon, because they discover through this that he's a demon, and there's the whole betrayal scene.
Which also means they never turn the spell back on.
Well, that depends on if the spell worked on him, though, because, again, he's been showing up a lot.
No,
and it didn't seem
for
to
Hunter,
him.
though, definitely, I mean. Because Hunter comes down the chimney.
Yeah, he comes down the chimney, and he says, Santa's gonna make you pay. And I wish that Santa had showed up after him. Santa's gonna make you pay. Ho, ho, ho.
What if Parker had come in as Santa?
Oh my god. Like, he's like, Merry Christmas, motherfucker.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
That would have been almost enough to make me like Parker if he had showed up and done that.
He shows up dressed as Santa, and then he opens his sack and takes a guitar out, smashes it on his head.
Or like he pulls out that staff and plays it like a guitar, and then he smashes the staff down to open the Tartarus portal.
So did he just smoke on over to like Rome, grab that staff from the dead priest or whoever that was, and then take it back to perform this spell?
Well, no, because Hunter stole it after.
Oh, he stole it after he killed him? Like, he's like, I'm not gonna kill him for realsies. Just kidding.
Yeah, well, he said, like, I'm gonna kill him, and Parker was like, no, don't. And he's like, okay, I guess I won't. Then he smokes away, and he's like, I'm keeping this, and then he stabs him with it.
Yeah, he tricked him. He said he wasn't gonna do it, and then he did.
Yeah, but he like, appeased Parker by saying he's just gonna keep the staff. And he's like, but I'm also gonna kill him with it.
Yeah, that Hunter, that trickster, not a trustworthy guy. So Parker and the girls open up Tartarus and suck Hunter in, but he grabs Harry along the way.
He's like, "Cool, blimey!
Cool, blimey!"
Like, wait, was that really Harry?
Which Professor Arturo was it? We get a hilarious green screen falling shot of Harry going into hell.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's ever been like a not hilarious falling green screen shot of someone where they just like have their arms and legs like flailing as they fall down and shrink the image.
I hope next episode it starts with Harry pushing a boulder that's made out of the charmed ones up a never-ending hill.
Why should we get Harry out of hell? It's just too hard. You just gotta move on, Harry. Love wasn't enough.
Look, if we save Harry, we might never be able to save Harry again, so...
Those damn leprechauns did it. That's what it was.
You know, fittingly enough, Harry falling into hell was reminiscent of Die Hard, when Hans Gruber is falling off the roof.
Yeah, totally.
Really was charmed hard, huh? And after all that happens, and we get Galvin's line of the episode.
Yeah. What the Tartarus?
Turns into an episode of Xena.
Yeah.
What the hell? Oh man. This was... I'm gonna say it. I think for the first time, I'm looking forward to what happens next in Charmed. We gotta wait, but I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, they kind of sped through Galvin, I guess, getting dumped into this stuff too, but like I'm okay with that because I don't need to see that beat around the bush any longer.
Oh yeah, with Galvin, they've just been doing nothing forever, so it's...
Yeah, exactly.
It was nice to see something happen with that, and he was showing a personality.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he's improving. They're improving the Galvin character. If only he could be injured all the time. Just have terrible things happen to Galvin.
If he could be passed out on the toilet of Sarcana.
Okay, so I have a short fashion segment.
Mm-hmm. Is it pants?
I did have that written in there. That is the bad fashion. But I think maybe I can turn around and get behind it because we got a lot of laughs out of it. So, so I'll call that so bad it's good fashion. I'll give that one a pass.
Pants.
This takes place over just one night, so not a lot of outfit changes. I did like Maggie's plaid dress over a bejeweled sleeved sweater. That was pretty good.
Nice
I liked
necklace.
Harry's. Yeah, a nice necklace. Ooh. Vintage?
Is that like stealing your powers? Whoa, that is nice.
That is so fetch. Oh man, I almost expected Parker to put like a picture of himself in there. It's like a cutout old high school photo with like braces.
Yeah. My idea was like, it's a really bad mirror selfie of him holding his phone while lifting his shirt with his other arm.
He's painted his abs on.
Yeah. I thought you might like to wear this.
Wow, it's the most beautiful thing anyone's ever given me. You could never be a demon. Wait, what's that behind you that says live, laugh, evil demon? I should have taken that sign down off the wall. Live, laugh, evil. Wait a minute. Live, laugh, hate.
This necklace, it's next level extra.
Last but not least on the fashion segment, Harry's Christmas sweater vest with the gingerbread men on it.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, bloody hell.
This vest is totally pants. Could give a rat's arse about this episode.
Bollocking tit-arse.
Bollocking tits arse. See, if there were ratings on this podcast, I feel like it would be significantly higher in the UK than anywhere else.
Offensive.
Yeah. He hasn't said wanker yet, because that's acceptable for American audiences.
They'll replay the scene of him falling into Tartarus, and they'll do it a little more sinister, and he'll be like, "Wankers!" Oh, Harry was evil the whole time!
If he says wankers, technically, it's in English and not in American English, and so it could be a spell.
Yeah. And they'll be like, wait a second, a boat captain can't send Harry to Tartarus, and there'll be a boat captain with the Oh, of course. Baywatching preview.
Yeah, this is getting pretty deep here. No one's gonna know what you're talking about.
They will eventually. It'll be a long-term
People are
payoff.
gonna be listening to this, years from now. They're gonna watch
Yeah.
Baywatching, and they'll be like, listen to this, and they'll be like, oh, I get that reference.
We've already referenced that. Go watch like our board game video of Baywatch. We've already referenced that.
For people who don't watch every single thing that I do, there was an episode of Baywatch after a season-ending cliffhanger where Mitch gets married on a boat, and then they refilm the scene with the new actress playing his wife because they lost her, but they film it more sinisterly to pretend like she was evil the whole time. And they go, wait a minute, you can't really get married on a boat. Like, a sea captain can't legally marry you. That's right, I just remembered. Marriage absolved.
Makes sense if you don't think about it.
So, if we're done with the Baywatch talk, Phelan.
Yeah, I think so. You're the one that had to explain everything.
You know what? I feel like maybe not letting people be lost so much.
Nah, they can be lost.
So, Phelan, what'd you think of this episode overall?
Oh, blimey! It was okay. It's funny. It's like, as long as you can enjoy really silly, charmed-like plots, like this one's enjoyable for that. It's like old charmed silliness, kinda.
I had fun with it. I think some things are improving. Like, I think Galvin genuinely has improved, and I don't mind doing the stuff with Parker. Again, it's just the pacing of everything is really bothering me. But if they could just slow things down a bit, that would be good.
Or just at least feel like they know where they're going with anything. Like, I don't know if this was always the intention with the Galvin getting run over thing or not, but it feels like it wasn't. But I mean,
it could go either way.
I know, like, maybe this is what they had in mind, but if that's what you had in mind, it's really not a good payoff. But, I mean, like you said, at least Galvin was good in this episode. I feel like Mel's still lost figuring out who she is anymore.
Yeah. Maybe after the mid-season break, they'll have had a chance to, like, regroup and figure out what they're doing, because I know the ratings have been slipping and they've been trying to just tool themselves and try and get audiences interested and maybe get the old school fans in. So maybe after they've had some time to actually like plan something in this new direction, it could be a little more cohesive.
Like most of this episode was about action, like something related to them being witches plot, and doing something, and like with a party, that was kind of fun thing to flip back and forth to.
Yeah, like there were serious parts and there were fun parts and there was emotional parts. I liked that they talked about their dad and their family. Like that would be a strength of the show to the family part.
It's still original Charmed, kind of, at least how the dad was originally in the show.
Sure, but like that was originally what Charmed was focused on, was family. So I feel like if they focused on that and their relationships,
maybe they'll keep the dad not being that good of a character. Like, I would enjoy that if that's how they do him. Instead, just having him like, well, he's good now, like stupid original Charm dad.
Yeah. I like that a lot of the concept of this too is found family, or even though Macy is related to them by blood, she was not raised with them. She's their sister, but they're just getting to know each other and forming a new family after their mom passed away. So they don't have to have a relationship with their dad. Like it's fine for them to go in that direction.
Yeah.
So overall, there were things to like about this episode. I had fun. I don't think there was anything I really hated about it. Like even stuff that I didn't think was great, like I still had a fun time watching it. So
yeah. I still don't know about the stupid crow terrorists, but we'll see.
That's true. If I had to pick a weakness, it would be them. I haven't gotten into the groove with that story yet. Jada's not really clicking with me, but we'll see how that goes.
I'm seeing some forgetting possibly, and I'm seeing a new baby in the next 3 months.
All right, well, I think that's it for Charmed Hard with a Vengeance until the show comes back in January, I believe. So until then, I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I hope you have a great New Year, and we'll be seeing you Charmanders around later next year.
Hey, you guys gotta try this.
Cancelled.